Nsiah energy policy expert and executive director at the Massemse. Ben, good morning. That's saying.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
You be able to there.
I'm Mr. Speaker.
I wouldn't resign. The Dikai na afi Yemra sector.
I think that Dubik has been forced to resign, and forced resignation is long overdue because we had Dubik so ECG after 2020 elections. In terms of corporate management of the brand ECG, it has poorly been done. In terms of administrative management of ECG, poorly been done. In terms of technical management of ECG, poorly been done. And a more relationship with the media has also poorly been managed. And for that matter, apart from even media, the relationship with other institutional stakeholders like PRC, between PRC and ECG some months back. Between ECG and Gridco some months back. Even the posture with some of the institutional stakeholders poorly managed, and now you're going to say also awkward. But my Muhammad is either you are sacked or you are forced to resign to save your CV. And I think Omuteki the latter part, which is forced resignation, and what free honor.
Now, in recent times, PU are raising concerns about the cash waterfall mechanism. And she say, the sector players at Tenase, Ediama ECG, say, one hour GJ and Yinam Kania, no Sikabia, a free ho eba, one more a war into production, one more a distribution, Ninano, a coco sicani in our found sem. Mechanism I dear to ho, said Bosumi Bia, Sikane Beba, as I said, was share now check. Na ubia enye bino. PURC raise consent. So for a very long time, na ECG eni shishaye no eso. Say kase this week, any last week in some part of Accra, Edwana Joana Nkania no edum. We are told per our search say over 500 megawatt of power. And honum and to say no, as I said, yetimi a rationalization. Now, what is really happening within the sector, especially with the IPPs? And the cash waterfall mechanism, yentimi implement it to the best of our knowledge.
Okay, so the cash waterfall mechanism is a well-run project, and also IMF project directed to the government of Ghana since 2017. So you perceive full revenue potential and allocation of this particular revenue. You had SaaS model, so that it can be a ECG budget apart from somebody cost, operational cost, any sikabi or the bedini juma, the bekabi and also the co na yedekoma power sector service providers, which are in category A, mostly independent power producers, also category B, which is made up of state power producers and other state agencies. Senior kind of, I think since August, implemented this particular mechanism in our ECG on fulfilling the part of the state-owned entities, and I say power sector service providers normally are binding and not on Timin Moka, but not private phone or Timothy and DB. This year, they were granting from May coming or started satisfy the also category B, which is made up of state-owned entities, into Timothy category A and also paid category B. However, the government of Ghana, since August, starting model, the government of Ghana, why not bring Sika also Triama category B for no own tier. And the government of Ghana, through the Minister of Finance, has not been committing is part of the bargain, own tier and Sika. But beyond the cash waterfall mechanism, also lies some issues. And issues, ama kano abedoson. So, for example, PRC, net revenue losses, as at 2024, John somewhere July, is about 9 billion Ghana cedi. Ntikania na yetoma Bosumi Biano, Olusu 9 billion Ghana cedis, and that is the debt on the books of Ghanaians. As Asikawe in Kenya, it made settle some of these car. As Asikawe in 2017, almost your net losses is around somewhere 249, but as you're speaking, it's around 9 billion MIA. That is one. When Dubik took over ECG, so not what we call technical and commercial losses. We're hovering around 26. Even as at 2017, was around 24. But as we're speaking today, it's around 30%, 30.1, and around 30% of technical and commercial losses. So that place has also had a problem. And the moment who observe higher technical and commercial losses, what it means is that you are unable to mobilize a lot of revenue to settle your debt. The moment our net losses, and I say, can you ever turn on? One team Antony, and now to recover only about 43% of Kanyana Yatama. You can ultimately Jimu 43%, and no quite the combine. That is what was happening at ECG. You talk Kanyana man instead of saying Kabia, you ton 100 amano, Obejis can know 43 pay. The 57, no. 57 in an aquayeka, and the moment Eboko Kamua who starts to come into me man, which means won't mean Jessica into me Pia or more produce power now, won't mean Jessica in Pia are buying companies from transmitted power now, and that also becomes a problem, and that also means that there will be poor investment in the energy sector. And it's a Gridco, catcher and say, share about 500 megawatt of power. What it means is that ECG owes some of these entities that they don't even have money to buy fuel to power some of their thermal plants. Indeed, because they are not getting money to buy fuel to support and generate a lot of electricity and power. Now it was a shared it. A shared is one of them. But I think that when the money near or mine was a have to resolve this particular problem once and for all, because they are resolving and maybe
yes, but Ben, I mean, early part of the year, issues were no ever up. The independent power producers were raising concerns about the debt kriwa a buying entimi entia. Back then, finance minister from last year, MITS, a buying taking measures in paying the debt, gradually. And Eba saying that still yejina baby ayedasujine. A buy and show commitment after those incidents I see
No, you see, government commitment was that government wanted to restructure some of these debt. IPPs about $1.2 billion. I think the president mentioned that in the State of the Nation. Said restructures are starting to I think 2025 to 2027 but they didn't want here because they realized that the more it's the more it affects your operations. Indeed, that is one side of the story. The other side also is that recurrent debts are ballooning. They can say can be why IPPs can be why
current ones,
and but say because of the ECG to mobilize a lot of revenue, a kind of for and as a for IPPs, no name even state owned entities provide power and generative power like VR require a moment to me Nesica into me and you might also would be necessary. One was a Canada or no annual structure say actually. But Kafo one can be all this can be manamana structure at a fuel no crano. And also Tomo I won't mean that do and I won't do man and not still a can air balloon in Brazil almost my and some of them even ECG and government has restructured some of these generators. Generators maybe why instead of Greco and a bit of fuel lagoon, ECG net of fuel.
Okay.
And can be independent power producers maybe a bit more fuel. Abe power mount. But I say no, you renegotiate some of the terms ECG in a better power, a fuel now they are power. And because of the renegotiate some of these things, ECG and yes you gonna want to fuel now, which means you will not generate. And when you don't generate, you don't give ECG the power. And that is why you share the some of this. And Nina has to do with some poor decisions we took at ECG. For example, when you say this year, the big catcher and said this year you lose 500 million Ghana cedis in some 10 days because of ransomware. As of now, who was behind the ransomware? State has not told us anything. How much we paid to the attacker to release the information for us? State has not said anything. Because if you listen to His Excellency the Vice President, well, he said that a suspect an investigation is ongoing. Say internal guys in the hacking system. No, the internal guys in the hacking system may lose 500 million Ghana cedis. Who are those internal guys? Why are we not prosecuting them? Why are we not mentioning names? Why are we not identifying them? And how much we've been paid, to these internal guys or whatever, external guys, no more hacking system, and these are things that affected the operations of ECG, affected the effectiveness of ECG, and that is something that Sakadudo we are intimate to IPPC, can ballooning, recurrent data ballooning, then ECG, the MD, must be forced to resign. So you will not even have any explanation to tell us why he resigned. But those of us in the industry know that this gentleman was forced to resign because he was performing badly, and sacking him will be political suicide.
Now, political suicide, I don't know the Ghana form here because you're between what no ending a point. Now, the question again, interestingly, Dubik say Oba as MD, Obeto 30% rate of losses na electricity company of Ghana. Etimi enya through a year distribution one more year to domestic homes industrial companies ne ade nyina. But as MD we born a home modern reducing the technical losses from 30% I will bet to to 26%. Now my thinking is that reduction about to that extent there about 4% now what me I say you best sustain it na enko waste it should equally reflect in revenue generation. True or false?
I think I don't know the data he's speaking to, but it's not true because in 2023, the data we are doing in 2023 released by the Energy Commission says that technical and commercial losses is still 30.1%. The minimum the technical and commercial losses now.
No, but at least you give him the benefit of the doubt. Say we're not ahead of the institution, and every data equally comes to him.
No, but the data, he doesn't provide the data on technical and commercial losses. It's Energy Commission that provides the data, and Energy Commission annually has a report on our electricity statistics, output, and then input, and as a forecast. And based on that document, almost publish year on year technical and commercial losses. So Dubik cannot tell us 26%. As of 2023. Which is December 23, the technical and commercial losses is hovering around 30.1. The best disco are now here at Kakani and Netco, which is around 26. The big is not 26. That is one. Now, may ban the question is if you infant to engine to say the all can no cry. What it means is that when your technical and commercial losses reduce, what it means is that your revenue will increase.
Exactly the point.
However, his inability to even mobilize a lot of revenue with a lot of changes of meters. Prepaid meters, periodic changes, doing a lot of procurements. Still, now to me, even 50% of revenue are expected to now you've not improved anything. And I think that he's done well in a way to have some media backings and backings, mobilize revenue or mobilize revenue. But based on data available, this gentleman has not been able to mobilize 50% of the revenue he's expected to mobilize. So he cannot tell us that he has performed anything. It's a rate. And the moment you are unable to do that rate, it means that you are not performing, regardless of revenue or AG. Because revenue is dependent on how much supply and as how much has been sold to you. So you say, first, another year, 10 cities now. Now, OBJ 10 cities more, only 1 city. Now, they 200 cities now. Now, the 10 cities are 8 cities are also what you can say, no, because based on stats, you are still doing below 50%. And doing below 50% means that you are indirectly negatively hampering the events and the forcefulness or the growth of this particular disco. And that is why ECG is not performing well.
Now, wrapping it up with you, what it means is that Dumsono still now it's in the hanging. As in say, you come more and right?
Yeah, it's going to be that, but I think that maybe a bino. I was expecting Serbia. There's this $250 million loan from the World Bank to restructure the energy sector. So I was thinking that maybe 250 million could be used to offset some of these inefficient issues and ineffective issues that affect the sector. But it's kind of by the Chibiana traffic good of also higher drain. So some by Joe 116 or 138 million dollars, and because of some higher drain, that's why you can traffic good also, and that also means that
what money why more Ben?
Traffic good for you. Jumakubi, I knew sign apam somewhere 2017-18. Honum, I bind that down the chassis by a buy for meeting team, but 2018 when I buy car say, sa contract, you know, you can. And what they call court and a court and say, I buy and for coin passo, and a trust our contract. Now, young for coin passo, crime trust our contract. Yet, that time, Saskan, I Saskan traffic good as and I $138 million and can say it that time now and can you almost 800 million Ghana cedis. Maneno, I mean, a year Sicano 700 million Ghana cedis, but still, yeah, so they can be bredica 1 something billion Ghana cedis. I will say to you because CD depreciation no affect this as cano in terms of CD equivalent. Indeed, nano omoka says and tia or musicana cana more. Yes, after South Africa, no Beji, and among the finance minister, committee resources to use or mobilize the equity and maybe that $250 million our bank structure restructure energy sector no and run Chicano and the Kutia Amasa traffic guru in the consua. What it means is that many are doing so no and the better that because we don't have much resources to pay some of these debt in the energy sector.
But I'm grateful for your time, Madam Payne.